Hello Superset Maniacs and welcome back to another 2024 Mr. Olympia preview video. Today we're ranking all 19 qualified athletes based on who has the best quads. Let's jump right in. In last place we have the athlete with the best resume on this list, Brandon Curry, a former Mr. Olympia and multiple-time Arnold Classic winner. However, I'm judging today's video based on their current physique, and for Brandon, his lower body has always been a weak point. Since he's over 40 years old, his legs are likely to continue declining, so Brandon lands in 19th place on today's list. This might be controversial, but in 18th place, I have the current Mr. Olympia, Derek Lunsford. His legs, especially from the front, lack size, deep separation, and the quad sweeps needed to balance his wide upper body. Next, in 17th place, is Bruno Santos. His quads don't have any major flaws, but they could use more size, separation, and especially better cuts and dryness. Still, Bruno defeats two athletes whose names are engraved on the Sandow trophy. In 16th is Theo Leguerrier, whose major flaw is the overall mass of his quads. He presents better muscle separation than the previously mentioned athletes, and his quad genetics seem solid, but he still needs more size, which should come with time. In 15th place is Behrooz Tabani. His legs are not bad, but they're one of the areas he needs to focus on to refine his overall look. Starting now, we're moving into athletes with strong legs. This year's lineup is pretty competitive when it comes to quads. Behrooz is a complete bodybuilder, and with refined quads, he could be a real threat in the future. It's a pity we won't see him at the Olympia this year. Another guy who won't be at the Olympia but qualified is Tonio Burton, who lands in 14th place. His legs are strong and balanced with the rest of his physique, but as a smaller bodybuilder, his legs need more size to rank higher on this list. In 13th place is Nathan Deasha. Nathan has more cuts through his quads than Behrooz, and they also have more mass than Tonio's. He doesn't have weak legs, but the remaining 12 athletes are just stronger in this department in my opinion. John De La Rosa comes in 12th place. As another veteran in this lineup, his legs are still quite good, but since he's over 40, he's started to lose some size and detail. To be clear, his legs are solid and balanced, but compared to the rest of the lineup, John lands in 12th place. Just missing the top 10 in 11th place is Rafael Brandao. His legs aren't weak, they're actually quite good, but as mentioned, the competition is strong in the 2024 Mr. Olympia lineup when it comes to quads. So despite his solid quads, there are still 10 athletes ahead of him in this category. In 10th place is William Bonac, who would rank much higher if we were talking about his prime years. His legs still look good, but there's an obvious imbalance between his left and right leg, so I can't rank him higher than 10th. If this were prime William, he wouldn't be lower than 3rd. Over 72% of you watching my videos in the past 3 months are not subscribed. If you are enjoying this content, please consider subscribing as I aim for that 30k subs milestone. Your support means a lot. Thank you. In 9th place is John Jewett. He has really solid quads, dry with great sweeps, but he could use more muscle separation. If he improves that, his quads could rival Branch Warren's, who had some of the best legs of all time, which says a lot about John's potential. In 8th place is Mohamed Fouda, who benefits from those legendary Egyptian genetics when it comes to leg development. He's got all the size you could ask for, but he's lacking the necessary muscle separation and deep cuts. Mohamed has the potential to climb much higher on this list. In 7th place is Nick Walker. One of his biggest critiques is his lack of quad sweeps, which is the only thing keeping him this low on the list. Otherwise, when it comes to deep cuts, muscle separation, vascularity and overall dryness, his quads could easily be ranked first. In 6th place is Martin Fitzwater, who may not have the same level of detail and cuts as Nick, but his quad fullness and sweeps are impressive. As the youngest athlete on this list, Martin has the potential to climb much higher in the coming years. In 5th place is Andrew Jack, who has all the size in the world, but because he's such a large bodybuilder often compared to Samson Dauda, his quads tend to get overlooked. He's missing detail in the upper half of his quads, but they're still big, full, conditioned, and feature those rare quad feathers. In 4th place is Hunter Labrada. Based on the poor lighting from the Italy Pro, this placement might seem questionable, but Hunter has some of the best quads in the world today, especially in terms of overall size. We'll see this more clearly at the Olympia, where hopefully the lighting will be better. In 3rd place is Akeem Williams, one of the mass monsters in today's bodybuilding. Besides his freaky arms, Akeem also has some of the best legs with arguably the best quad sweeps in the side poses. If he comes in drier consistently, his legs could rank even higher. In 2nd place is Hadi Coopan, who could easily take 1st. Hadi has everything you want in quads, size, detail and dryness, especially as he appeared at the Arnold Classic this year. There's not much of an argument between him and the #1 spot. It's just my personal preference. In 1st place is Samson Dauda, as you probably guessed. While Samson's overall dryness has been criticized, his quads always look on point. It's simply great genetics. Being a bigger athlete than Hadi, Samson's legs are proportionally larger, which is usually better in bodybuilding. His quads are complete from every angle, making him the best in 2024. Alright, Superset maniacs, that wraps up today's Mr. Olympia 2024 quad rankings. Let me know in the comments if you agree with my list. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to hit that like button and smash the subscribe button for more bodybuilding content coming your way.